Coffee with Friends, and I am raw to the bone. Come on in, y'all. Come on in. Happy Monday, y'all. You know, I'm back at work too. I can't even sit here and gloat in your faces and say I'm on vacation because I am back at work today too. But in the meantime, between time, I'm going to give y'all these vibes. We're going to come on in and we're going to start the day off, all right? Because I always say, what?
Step one, wake up early, gonna rise with the sun. Step two, get some good, some food in you. Step three, think real hard about what you wanna be. Step four, everybody just do your thing.
Wake up. Today's gonna be a good day. Wake up.
Today's gonna be a good day.
Hey, wake up.
Today's gonna be a good day.
Wake up. Today's gonna be a good day. Wake up.
Today's gonna be a good day.
Wake up.
Today's gonna be a good day.
Hey.
Wake up. Today's gonna be a good day. Wake up. Today's gonna be a good day. Set your affirmations, aspirations.
Come on in, y'all.
I got shit to do, the aftermath of preparation. Good food, good mood, blood in circulation. One step at a time, yeah, that's how you make it. Set a goal you control and the steps you take them. I try to pick one thought, have some concentration.
And if I make a mistake, it's called education. I try to do this every day and call it replication. What?
Wake up, today's gonna be a good day.
Hey.
Wake up, today's gonna be a good day. Wake up.
Today's gonna be a good day. Hey, Magnetic.
Today's gonna be a good day.
Wake up. Today's gonna be a
good day.
wake up.
Today's gonna be a good day.
What we talking about today?
Today's gonna be a good day.
Wake up. Today's gonna be a good day.
Life ain't easy, yo. I think there's a reason, though. Ups and downs, just like every different season, yo. Sometimes I'm high,
Other times I'm barely breathing, y'all.
I always gotta fight and hide from the demons, yo.
Negative thoughts.
are poison the rock.
Hey, Shirley. Come on in.
They'll never stop unless I can swap all the bad for the good in my head when I'm lost.
What? Hey, so I'ma fake it till I make it. Positive vibes are overtaken.
I got patience.
One day at a time is how we operate a cadence. What? Get this message. Y'all don't hear this.
Self a foundation. Stay away from all the shit that causes temptation. I know that I like to do it cause it's sensation. I live my life in my head like a narration.
Don't expect greatness, do my best, but I take it. Hey, don't expect my best. All right? Yes. The topic is I love you. Today's gonna be a good day. Wake up. Hey, Julius Kemp, wake up.
Today's gonna be a good day.
Wake up.
Today's gonna be a good day.
Wake up. Today's gonna be a good day. Today's gonna be a good day, y'all. That's right. Come on in. Hey. That is my morning inspirational song to let y'all know that no matter what's going on, it's going to be a good day. Today, that's right. Operate in a cadence, Shirley. You getting the words? We listen to this so much that we're starting to get the words to this song, right? There's a message. There's a reason why I play that song. And it was a good find that I found on YouTube. And, I don't know the artist or anything like that, but the message, it just reminds us that, wake up. We have to choose that it's going to be a good day, even though it's bad, and even though sometimes, we're not feeling our best, right? It says operate one day at a time. That's how you operate a cadence. You take one day at a time. Okay. Everything is not going to be fixed in one day. We know that, right? This is how we live on Coffee with Friends. We unpacking shit that we're living through on a day-to-day basis, right? Don't rush through it. Don't rush through it. There's a cadence to it. All right. Good morning, Pat. Good morning. Come on in. It is Monday. I dragged my ass in here. Even though I was off of work for a week and 2 days. I go back to work today and I'm dreading it only because the longer I am away from work, the more emails that I am behind. And I'm stressing a little bit because I don't... I know I'm going to be completely overwhelmed when I get into the office, okay? And number 2, I have to trek it into the office tomorrow in person. Wait till they see me, y'all. They're going to be like, what happened to Ginger? Ginger took a break. We're on black now. Ginger took a break, right? And so Ginger will be back, meaning my hair. Hey, Chef You. Hey, E Hustle. Hey, Julius Kemp. And meaning my hair, right? When I have, my ginger color hair, and I nickname myself in my head Ginger. I do. That's that Ginger will be back, right? But for now, like with everything else, I weave up my hair. Okay, but I have hair, y'all. See, I really do have hair. Okay, this is mine this time. Okay. I do have hair. I just can't be bothered with my hair. My hair shrinks. It never stays elongated like I like it. And I just don't feel like twisting it every day. So that is my reason why I weave up my hair. And, it's a protective style. I work out 6 days a week. And I got on the bike yesterday and my hair shrunk up like this. Okay, I'm going to be on the bike today, tomorrow, the next day, and the next day after that, and the day after that. And y'all know what this hair is going to look like. Watch me every day. Y'all will see me on this show. Y'all will see what happens with my hair. Okay. All right. So I gave Ginger a break, but Ginger will be back hopefully by the holidays. I had to order new hair, y'all. That last hair I put in my hair 4 times. But I'm telling you, you spend the money on your hair. I don't go to the beauty supply store for weave hair. I don't do that. I don't go to the corner beauty supply store for hair. I don't do that. Not to say that they don't have good hair, right? But being that I deal with kinky texture hair, I like to get a quality of hair that lasts and that looks natural, right? So that I have people questioning, is that her hair? Is it not her hair? Well, if you join my show and you follow my platforms, you'll know that that's not my hair. But it's okay. All right? Because I got hair. Zen said, when I worked at TDA, my boss would go on vacation, and when he came back, would just delete all the emails he received while he was gone. Then would say they'll reach out to me again if they need me. Zen, your boss and I are kin spirits. I never read those fucking emails. Did I say that on my show? Zen, I don't. Because you know what? It's absolute. I guarantee y'all, when I left, I had about 3,152 emails that was unread because I do just that, Zen. I just can't go back and read them. I leave them there in case somebody go, I sent you an email. Then I'll go search on their name and go, oh, I got it. Right? But I guarantee you it's about 6,000 emails in there right now. I can't deal, y'all. It just be too much. Like when they get my alert that says I'm out of the office, can you hold your thought until I come back? Like, do you need to pile me up with emails to read? Okay? Because I can't do it. But good morning, y'all. Happy Monday. Come on in, get your coffee or your tea or your herbs. If some of y'all are on here smoking, that's all right. It ain't none of my business. All right. I use the GTD method. It's easier for me. GTD. Tell me what that is. It's not get the fuck on, because that would be GTO. Goddamn, go to the damn garbage. GTD. What is GTD method, right? I mean, I do have rules set up for like important emails from my boss and his boss. Those go into a specific folder. So those are the ones that I'll read first, or the only ones I'll read. Oh, getting things done. I use the getting things done method. What is that? Because I always be trying to get things done and then I'm still overwhelmed. So listen, guys, I have something funny to tell y'all. I didn't share it with y'all last week. I completely forgot. And come on in. I don't care if y'all laugh at me. Hey, Interior Rue. Hey, Lele. Good morning. Good morning. Come on in. So it's an easy way to file things and do tasks. Okay, I got it. I got to set that up. I mean, I don't know. I do set up reminders and tasks for myself, but as a project manager, you would think that I'd be more organized, but it's a struggle for me too. Good morning. I am Jacinta. So guys, listen, I know y'all gonna laugh at me, but that's all right. I don't give a fuck. right? So on the cruise, there was something that I forgot to tell y'all. And I know I share a lot of information on here. Some people be like, TMI, TMI, T the motherfucker am I. But I'm gonna share this with y'all anyway because I feel like I'm not alone in this. And since I've been talking about this, I've seen ads pop up on social media. You know how your phone be listening to you and shit just be popping up and you be like, huh, how'd they know I was discussing this? Well, going to the bathroom is always a challenge for me when I travel. Okay, yes, here we go. Here we go, TMI. Going to the bathroom for me is always a challenge when I travel. One, I don't know, I get travel constipation. That's one. I call it travel constipation. I get all backed up, but that's not even the funny shit. That's not even the funny shit. Thank you, Ghost. Be careful on that motorcycle. Good morning, Uhu. Um, the funny shit is, I always forget when I go on a cruise that my feet can't touch the floor when I sit on the toilet. Go ahead. Go at it, have at it, laugh at it. Okay? I am the center. I am the center. All right. So my feet cannot touch the floor on a cruise bathrooms. Okay. Hey, Soulful, because the toilets are high. And I know I have a tall spirit. And I know that I take my pictures, I use angles. So to some people, they're surprisingly shocked that I'm only 5'2". Because in my pictures, I guess I look taller to some people. But I'm only 5'2", y'all. Yeah. So sitting on the toilet on a cruise was a challenge. So for 3 days, on top of having travel constipation, right? When I felt like it was ready to come, it wouldn't come because I was on my tippy toes in the bathroom. And so I was suffering. And then my girlfriend was like, well, Robin, instead of that, she didn't laugh at me. She didn't laugh at me. See, my friends understand me. I was like, I'm in the bathroom suffering. I cannot use the bathroom. I feel it like it wants to. She said, use the garbage can as a step stool. Brilliant. So I'm here to say for all the people that are 5'2" and below that go on cruises, good morning, Von Ray, that go on cruises and have an issue with making number two when their feet don't touch the floor. Take the little garbage can that's in your room and put it under your feet. It works, right? But on top of that, I logged on to social media sometime after that, and they have these shoes that you put on your feet, and they have like an extension thing. They look like those red cups that you drink out of and throw in the garbage. I buy them all the time. They all up in my cabinet. Okay. It looks like those red shoes, and you pull them out from the bottom of these shoes, and it gives you a platform so that your feet are essentially flat. Okay. And they have those little step stools that go around the toilet for people that need to put their feet up on these step stools. So listen, I know I'm not by myself because as soon as I started talking about this, all kinds of shit jumped on my timeline. I was like, oh shit. Now I already knew about the little thing that goes around your toilet, but that ain't no shit you could travel with. But they got shit, y'all, that you could travel with to give you some height when you're sitting on a toilet on a cruise. I'm just saying for the short folk that need to have their feet touching the floor. And I don't know where that comes from because when we're little kids, right? When we are little kids, our feet don't touch the floor when we use the bathroom. So what happened in my older adult age? Why do I feel like my feet need to touch the floor before I can make number two? That's very serious for me. So I just wanted y'all to know, all those out there that have short people problems, you're not by yourself. Now I done gave you a suggestion. Use the garbage can that's in your room and put your foot on it. Now, as far as the travel constipation, I can't help you with that because I still suffer with that. Drink a lot of water. I find that when I go on vacation, it's partly my fault. I drink more alcohol than I do water. And one of the things, learned lessons on that I've acknowledged and documented and put in put a mental note is take one of those plastic travel cups with you with the straw or whatever with you on the Virgin Voyages cruise. Only reason why I'm calling out the Virgin Voyages cruise is because all of the cruises that I've been on, Royal Caribbean, Celebrity, Norwegian, they give you cups. They put them in the rooms. I don't know if they still do. Times have changed since COVID, but they used to put the cups in your room, right? Especially if you got the drink package, right? You have the cups in your room. So this way you go out, when you get your drink, you can have them put the drink in your cup. You can fill up your cup with water, and you'll always have water on hand. On the Virgin Voyages, they did not give cups in your room. So you had to constantly go to the bar for a cup of water. They always had the water out. You just grab the glass and fill the water, but it's nothing like having a big thing of water constantly next to you. So that's what I found was one of the things with me on vacation is that I drink more alcohol than I do water. So those are my tidbits for this morning. Hey, Amazon 46 Triple D. Cheryl Lee said, hey, Zen, will that be from easiest to hardest or something along that line? I'm trying to find some new organizational skill. Baby, we need to have a meeting and talk about organizational skills at work, how to keep our assets organized. That's another good topic to discuss, okay? But today is Monday, y'all, and I'm here to, December is the month where we're focusing on peace. Baby, I want to say this. Like, I've gone through a lot of hurtful things in the last couple of months, right? It's been some things that have tapped into my emotions, right? But I just want to say to myself, you did pretty damn good managing this last hurt that you had to come through in these last couple of months, right? You did pretty damn well. One of the things this is a compliment to myself, and this is something for you guys, right? December is the month of peace, right? And one thing that I'm learning, when I read these inspirational thoughts, when I talk to you guys on here, or when I see you guys tapping in Discord, the one thing that I say to myself is this: I'm learning how to let people and things and places go. And I mentioned this last week, but it's bigger than that for me. I feel the presence of peace entering my life through some of the most difficult times, right? And one of the things that I discovered was when I thought certain things was making me happy, and I was fighting to keep these things in my life, thinking that these things were making me happy. One of the things that I found out during this purge, in my life, and finding a road to peace, is that I didn't need some of those things to make me happy. Some of those things were not making me happy. Sometimes we navigate through life, and we're walking on pins and needles. And what I've noticed is that I've had a series of people, places, and things in my life that had me walking on pins and needles, right? And I noticed that there was a pattern in my life where I did have people in my life that I had to walk around with pins and needles, because I couldn't be myself authentically how I needed to be. Okay, because it might trigger them, or it might cause some conflict, but that's no longer my issue. Mm-mm. Right? That fell under the realm of people pleasing, right? But I have now come from, oh my God, so many people have told me the word no is a full sentence. And I don't care how many times people told me that there's a sense of freedom and a sense of peace behind the word no. I'm feeling it, y'all. I am. I'm feeling it. It's like I used to feel guilty about putting myself first and pushing other people second and third, right? I always felt like I needed to put other people before my own needs and my own wants. Okay? And December being the month of peace, I realized that that's no longer necessary. I'm first. I'm first. And in this season that I'm in, for anybody that's listening, that's close to me, that might used to be close to me, that's no longer close to me, right? I want to say, I apologize to myself. Yeah. I apologize to myself for not making myself a priority. not making my needs a priority, right? Keeping my feelings at a whisper in fear that somebody else would get hurt or somebody else wouldn't like what I said or might get offended based on how I feel. I'm not there anymore, right? I am in a space where I'm apologizing to myself, right? Anything that doesn't serve me well, I'm not going to entertain, right? I'm no longer walking on pins and needles around anyone in my life. If I have to walk around with pins and needles around you, then I'm probably going to eliminate you from my life at some point or distance myself from you. And it's to save me, right? We have to start putting ourselves first, right? Don't let other people make you feel bad for putting your wants and your needs and your desires first, right? People will call you selfish. They will. But all along, what I recognized in these last couple of months is yes, I have been very selfish. And this is a message to all those in my life or all those no longer in my life, right? I'm first. You guys said something the other day on Coffee with Friends that was very meaningful and it stuck. It was Madison 1228. We have more years behind us than we have in front of us. Y'all, I walk away from this podcast sometimes thinking about the things that y'all say. And that shit right there was deep. And it further embedded in me the need to keep going in the direction that I'm going because you're right. We do have more years behind us than in front of us. We can't get these back, right? But what you do with the years going forward is going to be what matters, right? What matters. So I apologize to me. I do. And if you guys need to sit back and apologize to yourself, do that. Apologize to yourself. And for anybody out there that makes you feel less than or calls you selfish or less caring because you're not putting them in front of your needs, it is them that's less caring. It is them that's selfish. Okay? Period. Period. Okay? And so I wanted to share that with y'all. This is my growth as I continue to try to grow on this show, on this platform right in front of y'all eyes, right? With y'all help. I'm continuing to grow, right? And I'm going to keep that note that Madison said about there's more years behind us than in front of us, and I'm not going to waste any more of my years on stuff that don't matter. Hey, OG Daryl X, on stuff that don't matter. All right. So I am Jacinta says, yes, I am first no matter what. I finally got it. And another thing, I'm showing up for the people that support me. No more one-sided relationship, period. And support is so extensive. That list is extensive. And I agree with you, I am Jacinta. Show up for the people who support you. That's it and that's all. See, people stop supporting me when they get angry with me, when they say I hurt them or whatever the case may be. And that's okay, right? That's okay. If they need to do that, then I'm okay with that. Okay. But understand that I am human. Okay. And I will not live in a space of dread for any mistakes and errors that I make as a human being. As long as I continue to grow and as long as I'm holding myself accountable for anything that I do in this life, then I'm on the right path. Right? I don't need people in my life that are going to constantly throw dirt on top of me. I'm not ready to be buried yet. I'm still living. I don't need you to throw dirt on me. I'm living. I'm just saying. Thank you, I understand. I mean, I'm just, it was very hard for me these last couple of months. I go through a lot of shit right in front of y'all. And sometimes I get on this show and I'm emotional, and y'all seen it because I be unpacking shit and y'all help me. I appreciate that. Good morning, Angel. Amazon 46 Triple D said, and in here I was saying no freely and felt a little guilty when people didn't like it, but it made me feel okay, so I didn't mind. Yes, because people will make you feel guilty for not giving them what they need from you. They don't think about what you need from yourself. When you ask somebody for something, are you thinking about their needs? When you ask them, 9 times out of 10, you're not, right? It's for us to think about our own needs, right? And for us to make sure that our needs are in the forefront. Period. Period. Okay. What is Zen sharing on here? Getting Things Done is a book by David Allen. Okay, it's a short read. Let me go up because this is good information. Getting Things Done is a book by David Allen. If you want to learn how to organize, there's a book that Zen is suggesting, Getting Things Done by David Allen. It's a short read, but he teaches you how to set up your own system on how to separate things and prioritize. Woo! I need that book. Thank you for that injection. If anybody is looking for organizational skills, a tidbit on how to organize a little bit better, Getting Things Done is a book by David Allen, recommended by Zen. Good morning, protagonist. Good morning. Okay. So today, to continue our December movement of peace, this month is my dad's birthday. So guys, it's going to be it's going to be a tough month for me. Okay, it's my dad's birthday. This time of year is hard on my emotions. It is. I wasn't raised in a house with my dad, but my dad was always in my life. All right. And so it's going to be a hard month. So I ask you guys to have patience with me. All right. All right. So I'm going to read today's inspirational reading. Y'all know from my book, Until Today by Iyanla Vanzant, because I love this book. All right. It was a great gift. This is the gift that keeps on giving. This was given to me by AG along with another book. I appreciate these books. December 5th. I will know peace when I learn to forgive myself. You see where I'm going? You see where I'm going with this? It can be challenging to forgive someone. The hardest person to forgive may be you. Considering what you know about yourself and what you are capable of, there are times you cannot forgive things you have done. At times, it is hard to believe that you can forgive yourself, that you deserve to be forgiven, or that you are worthy of forgiveness. For some reason, you mistakenly believe that to forgive means to allow or to say it is okay. Most of us will never allow ourselves to make a mistake without being punished. Many of us will not allow us to make a mistake without being punished. Where does that come from? Learned behavior, something that we were taught. We were told when we do something bad, we need to be punished, right? And so when people in your life punish you for making mistakes and doing things, it's only because possibly that's what's embedded in them. They think that people must suffer. They must be punished. You punish yourself because you think that that's what's supposed to happen when you make a mistake. Let's keep reading. It is cruel and unnecessary to punish yourself for being human and for anybody else to punish you. Okay? As human beings, our growth, learning, and healing are always at stake. Who on here feels that they don't have anything else to learn? Who? Forgiveness fosters all three. Forgiveness fosters learning, healing, and growth. Forgiveness fosters learning, healing, and growth. Okay? Each of your actions is motivated either by something you are ready to receive or something you are ready to release. Let me hang here for a minute. Each of your actions are motivated by either by something you are ready to receive or by something you are ready to release. People, places, and things. Either you are opening your doors to let them in, or you are opening your doors to help them go out. Okay? Detrimental or dishonorable actions usually mean that you are ready to release something. Some false, limiting, or unloving belief. Some unreasonable fear. Your actions will demonstrate how and why the belief or fear no longer serves you. You know, when something or someone is in your life and it drains you, and it is hindering your growth, it no longer serves you. Why are you holding on? Your actions will demonstrate where you need to grow, what you are ready to learn, and what you are ready to heal. What you are ready to heal. When you forgive yourself for believing you deserve to be punished, growth occurs, learning takes place, and healing is the result. Punishment rarely fosters learning. In fact, it is the precursor to control. So, when you do something to someone and they punish you by to stop speaking to you, push you to the side, make you feel like an outcast, it says here that it's a precursor to control. These people are trying to control you. When you forgive yourself, you release fear, eliminating the possibility that fear will continue to control your behavior. Walking around on pins and needles. That was the fear for me. People, places, and things. When I'm around people, places, and things, and I walk around in pins and needles because I'm afraid I'm going to trigger them or piss them off. That's what this is talking about. You release the fear when you forgive yourself. I'm not walking around pins and needles around no fucking body. No more. As soon as I feel pins and needles prick my ass, I'm ghost. I'm out. I might warn you one time and be like, nah, this ain't it. Okay? And then after that, I'm ghosting. I'm out. Until today, you may have found that it was very difficult to forgive yourself for certain behaviors you have engaged or in certain actions you have taken. How many times have you guys sat and beat yourself up for something you did or didn't do? Just for today, be willing to grow, learn and heal yourself. Prepare yourself to release the fear that controls your mind. Forgive yourself. Today, I am devoted to creating a divine, growing, learning, and healing opportunity within self-forgiveness. That is December 5th. December is the month of peace. Okay? Forgive yourself. Free yourself from that burden. Right? We are human beings. There are people that will enter our lives and make us feel the worst for making a mistake. And I have lived in dread because I hate to disappoint people. And I have lived in dread because I've disappointed someone. Right? And through my healing journey, I realized, fuck this shit. I'm human. Okay? I have taken in hurt and I have given hurt. Right? The one thing that I will do, though, is I will stand in and be accountable for what I do. I will acknowledge it, whether I agree that I might have done something wrong or not. If you tell me that I hurt you, I will apologize to you. And I will adjust my delivery when it comes to you because I'm not trying to hurt you. I know that we are human. And so I am constantly going to make mistakes, right? But what I didn't realize then that I realize now is that I, I I didn't realize then, I felt like I needed to be punished for every mistake that I made. I felt like, any punishment that someone gave out to me, I deserved because I did something wrong. And when people say, oh my God, how do you deal with that person mistreating you like that? And I'd be like, oh man, because I fucked up and I did this. Uh-uh, no more. Right? I am no longer going to punish myself for making a mistake and being human. And for anybody in my life, I love y'all. And if you love me, you'll understand that. And if that's something you can't understand, then you probably won't be in my life for long, because I can't go through life walking on pins and needles, because I'm human and I'm going to make a mistake. And I'm not looking to be punished for it. All right. I am looking to hold myself accountable, and I do not move with intention to hurt you. But if I do, and I know that I hurt you, I will apologize for that. That's it. But I will not stay in a space around anybody, no matter who they are, and line up for a punishment. That I'm not going to do. So December being the month of peace, let's keep that in mind. All right. And that's the morning inspiration this morning. Good morning, y'all. Back to good morning. Happy Monday. Booth Buster said, just saw some of them vacation pics. I'm jealous as hell. Booth Busters, what? Listen. Listen, I'm telling you, I'm going to plan a Virgin Voyages trip. Okay, I am. And when I start to plan that shit, y'all better be on board, because I'm going to tell y'all no lie. Be ready, because I want Coffee with Friends to turn up on that boat. I need y'all to bring the adulting to the boat, right? Because I've gone on the boat. I've asked all the questions. I said, if I snatch off my top and my titties are out, am I going to get thrown off the boat? They said no. I said, if I came out in some BDSM clothes and whips and shit like that, are they going to throw me off the boat? They said no. I said, okay, say no more. I'm going to have to plan a trip for my Coffee with Friends crew so that we could get buck loose, right? And show them how adulting really works. So Booth Busters, come to the next trip. Come to the next trip. All right. Now, just so y'all know, any trip that I organize through my travel agent and y'all sign up for, you got to sign an NDA, because I don't want to hear somebody's husband's dick landed in somebody's mouth. It ain't none of my business. Ain't none of y'all business. Ain't none of nobody's business. And if we hear it talked about and it ruins somebody's life, the NDA will come out and y'all asses will be in court. So don't do that. Don't do that. Okay. But come on the next trip. All right. Today's topic of discussion is, and we talked about this briefly on our show, and I got your comments. Keep the comments coming. But I love you. I love you. Why are these words so hard to say? I was listening to a podcast, and I forget the podcast, damn it. And I couldn't find it. I tried to go back to it. I was listening to a podcast. It was a guy speaking. It's a popular podcast, and is it Hold a Husband? I can't think right now. I can't think. But he was talking about the words, I love you. Why are these words so hard for us to say? I'm not talking just between you and your significant other, someone that you're feeling. I'm talking between you and your friends, right? Mainly the podcast was talking about men, right? And so men, for the men that's on here this morning, right? How difficult or how easy is it for you to say I love you to your homeboys? I love you. Get home safe. I love you. I'll see you tomorrow. I love you. Have a safe flight. I love you, man. Give them a hug. How often do our men say I love you to each other? Right? I'm asking, because this podcast, they touched on some really good points, and they said, men, are made to feel that they are feminine when they show these type of emotions, and they are made to feel some type of way when they show these type of emotions to another man. He used the word homophobic, right? To some people who suffer with homophobia, right? They may not necessarily express these type of emotions to their male friends. But why not? Why is these three words so difficult to say? I love you. You know, I was watching a movie called The Fall. Have y'all seen that yet? It's about, these two girls climb this long fucking satellite pole or whatever. And in this movie, the boyfriend used to say "I love you" to his girlfriend by tapping his fingers. 1, 4, 3. 1, 4 times and then 3 times. That was his way of telling her that he loves her. What is so scary about these three words? Let that marinate for a minute. When we get into relationships, even for me, like I'll say love, love. That's my thing, right? Very rarely I say I love you. I'll go love, love, or love you, or love, LUV, right? But what's so difficult in saying I love you? How hard is that? Right? And does that roll over into your romantic relationships? Like, what do these three words carry for you that make it so heavy that you're afraid to say it? You're already feeling it. I know you love your homeboys that you grew up with, that you hang out with. You're already feeling the emotion. So why you don't express the emotion to your friends? Why guys don't hug each other and say I love you? I'll take any response from any guy. All right. Protagonist said, my man's daughter was born this morning. I could be there for my son's birth, but seeing her this morning inspired me to continue to be great despite my personal struggles. Woo, protagonist. Yes. I love it. I love the positive mode you are in right now. I love that. Waking up as early as it is, and I know you've been up already doing your lives, but as early as it is for you to wake up with this positivity on your mind and how you're going to move forward no matter your personal struggles, because what? You're going to forgive yourself. You're going to recognize that you're human. And you're going to forgive yourself, stand in and be accountable and move forward in your healing. That's why protagonist. I love it. Amazon, you've learned so much over the years. What have you learned about yourself over the years? Share with us. What have you learned over the years? Amazon said, I don't like disappointing people, but I took notice that others didn't feel the same. My feelings are sometimes disregarded. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. I get it. I lived in a space where feelings were disregarded. Like my feelings were always disregarded. People swear that they got my back, and people swear that they're in touch with my feelings. But no, based on how they act and based on how they speak to me, based on how they treat me, this is how I know how they feel about me. You understand what I'm saying? Back to this word, I love you, right? And people that I love, that I feel love for, and that I genuinely express love for, I fight for them. But what I noticed that some of these people that I express this love for, they don't fight for me. So Amazon, I understand when you say your feelings are sometimes disregarded. And sometimes that comes with being a strong friend, being a strong family member, being a strong parent, right? When you are the strong person, they don't think that you have feelings. Right? A lot of motherfuckers think I don't have feelings, obviously, because they just they just be trying to walk the fuck all over me. I'm one of those people that cry in the shower, or cry on my pillow and shit like that. But I'm not going to push my own feelings aside no more. This is all the things that I had to apologize to myself for, right? It is. Interior said, this year I learned how people simply don't give a damn about you. Just no regard whatsoever, but it's all good. And Interior, how do you internalize that? How do you heal from that? When you learn that, because that's hurtful. I'm learning the same thing, Interior, and it hurts me. How do you deal with that? How do because I don't want to no longer go around the hurt. I want to go through that hurt. I want to deal with it because, this is something that is going to show up again in my life and in your life, right? And so how do you deal with it when you find out that people simply don't give a damn about you based on their actions? How you feel? I'm going to put the guest link up in case anyone wants to jump on, because you know I like sharing the platform with y'all. It's not just my platform, it's ours. Protagonist said, when I say I love you and people respond, love you too, with no I take a mental note. Woo! That's a good one. All right, protagonist, let's hang here for a minute. What do you think that means when you say I love you and people respond love you too without the I? See, you know, you in for the details. What does that tell you? Is that just the pass off love you too, like I don't really love this motherfucker? How do you take that when they don't put the I? Because when people tell me they love me, sometimes I respond love with a heart, right? Or you know, I'm good for not putting the I. But it doesn't mean that I don't love them, right? But how do you take that? Because that's a learning point for me. How does that make you feel when you say I love you and the person responds love you too without the I? Protagonist says he takes note of that. Good morning, Donalyn. Good morning. Von Ray said, for me, growing up saying I love you in my house was rare. When I hear someone say it to me, it feels weird, but I'm accepting it. However, I do not say it unless I truly mean it. Let's hang here for a minute. When you say unless you truly mean it, is that the I love you to your mom? Is that the I love you to your dad? Is that the I love you to your friends? Is that the I love you to your significant other? Because what do you mean you don't say it unless you truly mean it? Right? Who are these people in your life that are telling you they love you and you can't say I love you back? Who are these people? I'm asking, right? I'm asking because I try to make it a habitual thing now when to tell my son I love him. Right? The whole sentence, right? But I have caught myself with other people when they say they love me, I'll go love, right? And it is because Von Ray, it feels weird to me. Why does it feel weird? Why do these three words make us feel weird? I'm asking because I don't have the fucking answer. Anybody on here want to tell me why they think these three words carry so much fucking weight and why it feels weird to sometimes hear it said when it's said to you? I Am DeCinta says, when I was young, I hardly heard I love you. But when I got into my marriage, my husband just couldn't understand. I hardly said I love you. It's taken therapy for me to realize the true meaning of I love you. I had to unpack my childhood for me to relearn what those words mean. Now I use them all the time. I tell my friends I love them and that I am proud of them. I tell my parents and family. So I am DeCinta to help the rest of us who still feels weird with the words I love you, right? What is the true meaning for you? What true meaning did you learn from that? Because I'm starting to tell my friends I love them. I'm starting to use the whole phrase, right? But it feels weird when people say it to me. It's almost like, deep down inside, I'm asking myself, am I feeling I'm not deserving of I love you? Why does it feel weird to me when someone says I love you? Right? Or why do these three words carry so much weight? Right? And fellas, you haven't answered my question. Do you guys, because the big part of the podcast was, especially men, women will tell each other they love each other. But do men do that? Men, when's the last time you told your male friend, I love you? I love you, man. Some of you have grown up with these friends, have been friends a lifetime. And some people never say, I love you. Why? Shirley said, right at protagonist, I've noticed that some say love you as opposed to I love you. Is it a difference? I'm asking. What do y'all think? Do y'all think it's a difference when someone says I love you and a person responds love you or love? Is there a difference? Is there a difference? Interior said, one day at a time, I guess. I care about me and I still care about people. I'm going to continue to treat people how I want to be treated. But that was a hard realization. You know, it reminds me of a who's watching Wednesday on Netflix? Who's watching Wednesday on Netflix? If you're not watching Wednesday, please watch Wednesday on Netflix, right? It's very entertaining, dark comedy. Y'all know who Wednesday is. Addams Family, the daughter Wednesday. I love it. It is 8 episodes and I absolutely love it. And she is the epitome of never saying I love you, not accepting affection, being hard and crass, but watch it because you will see the breaking down of Wednesday as it progresses, right? I love it. Please watch Wednesday. It's a good show. It is. Protagonist says, people do care, but can they only care from their level of understanding? And the smarter you are, the more you will be disappointed. And unfortunately, to whom much intelligence is given, much is expected. Protagonist came in here awake, y'all. He up this morning. He dropping deuces on y'all. Zen said, I don't put the I in when I text, but it does not diminish the thought. I won't say it unless I mean it. I usually use the I when I say it out loud. Okay, so Zen, for you, it's no difference. If you say to someone, I love you, the fellas still have not answered me, which tells me something. It tells me that you guys don't tell your friends, your male friends, you love them. I'm trying to think if my male friend tells me he loves me. I don't think he does. And I know he does. That's my best male friend. He lives in Texas. Okay. And I don't think he's ever told me he loved me, but I know he does. Why do we put so much weight on these 3 words? Okay. Protagonist said, when people don't say Kev, internalize it as he or she won't reciprocate my love, and I keep them where they belong. Communication, y'all. You see that? We got Zen on here who says, I have said it without the I, and it does not take away my true feelings for loving that person, right? Protagonist says, if I don't hear the I, then I don't feel like you loving me at the same level that I'm loving you, and I keep you where you are. How about that? Communication, right? So do we ever ask for clarity? When you say I love you and someone just goes love you too, and you internalize that, protagonist, do you ask for clarity? Do you ask them what they mean when they just say love you without the I? Because I'm wondering, right? Zen said it holds no weight for him. For you, it holds weight. And this is what makes us different, right? And this is what makes communication key. Interior said, we said I love you all the time growing up, and we still do. We say it with my mom and my siblings, not so much with friends because they were accustomed to it growing up. They weren't accustomed to it growing up. But how do you know your friends are not accustomed to the words I love you growing up? Did you know that when you met your friend? And why do they need to be accustomed to it for us to just say it? If I feel like I love you, whether you're accustomed to it or not, what stops me from saying it? Angel said, I will say I love you in a New York minute. That's beautiful, Angel. But then when you say I love you too much, how do people know whether the love is genuine? See, you can't fucking win. I'm just saying. I'm asking. But the fellas still have not answered. Do y'all tell y'all male friends? Because I know women tell each other they love each other. I say it to my females all the time. But do y'all, fellas, say it to each other? Protagonist says, no one told me I love you, but I say it because I love my niggas. I love it. So protagonist, you tell your male friends you love them and they don't say it back. When you notice this, Next time you tell your male friend you love them and they don't say it back, just ask them, do you feel the weight of these words when I say these to you? How does it make you feel? Some people are not accustomed to hearing it. Sometimes it makes people feel uncomfortable. Angel said, I feel love differently than I hear it though. I need you to break that down for me, Angel. I don't understand. I do, but I don't. I need more because I think that's so deep. I feel love differently than I hear it though. Are you talking actions speak louder than words type thing? Is that what we're talking about? I need you to break that down a little bit for me. Interior said it might be a difference depending on the person. I have friends that I say I love you or love you too. They don't include the I, but the simple love you took years to say for them. It means the same. Yeah. For some people, it can mean the same. Breaking down walls and barriers, right? Breaking down walls and barriers. It doesn't mean they love you any less when they say love, love, love you, opposed to I love you. In my opinion, some people are just not accustomed to it. Some people are uncomfortable with it. Some people are learning to express those type of emotions. They might feel them, but they are learning to express those type of emotions. But I need to know, Angel, I feel love differently than I hear it. I need to know what that is. Protagonist says love you is less than I love you in my eyes. Love you is used to brush people off without hurting feelings, but the Kevs stay hurt by this. That's communication, protagonist. Like if something affects you, like if you tell your friend I love you and they go love you, then exactly what you told me is what you should express to them. Man, I love you. And you always respond, love you. I'm trying to understand, are you brushing me off? Or is that your way of saying I love you too, man, with feelings, right? Because sometimes we think they're brushing us off, but that's their way of expressing how they feel about you as comfortably as they can. My opinion. Interior Rue said the friends in particular explicitly told me they weren't accustomed to it and informed me it wasn't necessary for me to say. Oh, this is exactly what we talk about. Unlearning bad things and relearning more positive things, right? Some of us grew up not hearing I love you. And so you hear what Interior Rue says, right? Her friends are not used to hearing I love you. So they told her to please stop. Don't say it. Mm. What Angel got to say. Oh, hey, Angel.
Good
Hey,
morning.
boo. Try to turn the phone around so that they can see you on IG. Good morning. Okay.
I just wanted to just kind of clarify what I meant about
Yeah.
me hearing love differently than I feel it.
Mm-hmm.
So, I say I love you frequently. I say that to my friends when I get off the phone. I think when I talked to Zen last night, I was like, I love you when we got off the
Yeah.
phone. And then
Yeah.
I thought about it afterwards. I was like, did I wonder? I like, oops.
No. Zen. I'm pretty sure took that as I love you. Like
But
from.
when I say it, it's because I feel it. It's
Mm-hmm.
and if I don't hold that back. I don't reserve that. I don't feel like it's something that you should withhold because
Mm-hmm.
you're I just don't hold it back. I don't. But when I hear it, um I feel it differently than I hear it. So you can tell me that you love me, but if
Mm-hmm.
your actions don't like align with it,
Mm-hmm.
then I don't like it. The words and the feeling don't like match.
What about opposite? You get the actions, but not the words.
If I get the actions and not the words, that means more to me.
Oh, it
Actually,
does.
that means way more to me. So I had issues. I got a new setup for my work from home setup, right? And I couldn't figure out how to hook up the port, with the cords and all this shit.
Right,
And
with
I'm
the
just like,
monitors and
I
the
don't know how to do it.
headphones and all
Right,
that
right, right,
shit.
right. So my son was like, Mom, let me just do it for you.
Okay.
And me and my son, we have had a very like tumultuous, strained relationship
This is
the
not the one you
past
put out.
the one that I put out. I let him come over this weekend because his
Okay.
younger brother was here.
Okay.
So I said, you can come over because your brother's here and y'all haven't been with each other. And when I tell you that that broke me down, like him seeing me stressed out to the point where I'm about to start crying because I can't get this shit to work, and him being like, Mom, let me set it up. I know how to do it. I can do it. I was just like, oh my God, this kid loves me. I feel like he hates me.
Yeah.
But this action screams, Mom, I love you.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Sometimes we think our kids hate us because we have these. I had a tumultuous relationship with my son, my only son. For a period of time because, I reminded myself of the lady that I met on the cruise. The lady, I think I told y'all about her, where she was downplaying her
She
daughter's
said anxiety
anxiety.
is just in your head.
And I felt like I was sort of like that with my son, not regarding mental health, but regarding his navigation through life. Like I felt like, he needed to brush off the shit and be tough and just get through it because I did. At 15,
Right.
I was pregnant, and at 16, I had you, and we were almost homeless, and we wasn't eating, but we still survived. Don't come in here crying about no bullshit life story. That's how I used to talk to him, right? And one of the things that I learned is he's not me. And he used to scream that, I'm not you. Everybody can't be you. Everybody can't be you. And when that lady on that boat, now I had evolved ever since then, but when I heard that lady on that boat speak, I looked at myself and I said, baby, I know I've grown because I used to be her, not in the same context that she was using it, but I tried to apply myself and my strength and how I navigated through life onto my son, right? And, I found that that's not him, right? And I had to put my son out too, but damn it, he was in his 30s. I was like, hey, how many, you still coming the fuck back home? I had to put garlic on my door, and it was one of the hardest, because
Oh, you know about that?
my son didn't have anybody's house to go to, like to family, his father's dead, all that stuff. So my son slept in his car. He had a very nice car. He slept in his car for a period of time, and it hurt me. I cried night after night. But let me tell you something, baby. That man, he been in his own place. It's been 13 years, and he's like, I ain't never ever. Never ever. You ain't got to worry about nothing, right? And he's got his life so together. So I just want to say, Angel, our children do love us. And sometimes, we see it in their acts over the words. And don't, I just hope that, you and your kids continue to flourish,
Yeah.
It's hard, but
Thank
we
you.
get
It
through
is
it.
hard.
It is hard, but we get through it. Hey, Zen. Good
Hey,
morning.
good
Good
morning.
Morning.
I
morning.
just had to get on here and comment
Because we miss you.
and respond to Angel. So
Yes.
she said love you on the phone when we were hanging up. And I was like, I love you too, girl. And I mean it. And I said protagonist. I said it. But no, I love everybody truly. And I think this is something that people should know about me. I am all about the feels. And I will tell you, like Angel, I will say I love you in a New York minute because it's how I feel. Now, Robin, you mentioned, why does it feel weird when people say it to me?
Yeah.
And I used to feel that way until I started really understanding how I feel about everybody. And you know what? Even if I don't know you, I still love you. I
Right.
care about what happens to you.
Yeah.
If it's a stranger on the street and they're just living there and they're suffering, I will do what I can to help them because I love them.
Yeah.
And I mean it. And if you think that I don't, then you tell me why.
Yeah.
What did I do to make you feel that I don't love you? And if I treated you a certain way or I said something, fine, that's a mistake. I won't do it again. Just tell me. But don't diminish what I feel because I don't use it in the context that you want to hear it.
Zen, you made me think of something. Do you think that you're like that? Because I feel like I'm very similar, right? Do you think that you're like that because love is in you?
Yes.
Because like
absolutely.
you're full of it. You're full of it. And like it just comes out. Like I can't help but to love.
I can't help but smile when I walk past people or, you know, or just say good morning. You know, what I used to find it weird was when I worked at Merrill Lynch way, way, way back in the day. I used to walk. Do you remember my friend Val, Robin?
I don't know.
Valerie.
I don't
Black
know.
Val.
Yes.
Okay. So we used to walk down the hall together. The building was really long. It was like a quarter mile long. We used to walk down the hall together to go to the cafeteria. And whenever she would pass by someone else that was of color, she would speak good morning. Right?
They wouldn't speak back, right?
No, they would. Oh. They would say good morning to each other.
Black folks on my job don't speak.
But I noticed like white people don't do that. We don't speak to each other like that.
I feel like that about black folks on my job. I'd be like, good morning. They'd be looking at me like that.
But most black folks do, though. They do usually acknowledge one another.
It's a cultural thing. Like
it is a cultural thing.
And for a lot of black people that I know, if you don't speak, that's like an insult.
That's that southern shit. I'm telling you. That's that southern shit.
No, it's not just southern. It's not just southern. It is in certain areas, and it is definitely cultural. But what I did start doing
from the black culture,
I started saying good morning to people because it's nice.
It is nice. I say good morning all the time. I guarantee you Broadridge Financial is where I work, and them black motherfuckers there, I said it. Them black motherfuckers there.
Why you gotta be black?
No, because the white folks and the Indian folks talk to me, right? But when I say good morning to the black folks, they be looking at me like, what the fuck? And I'll be like, what?
Is this in New York?
Is my tracks showing in my hair? I mean, today I don't have no tracks, but I'm like... They don't speak.
Is this in New York though?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay,
I work in New Jersey, but it's a New York company.
So I have a couple properties in New York, right?
And they don't speak.
They are fucking different. They are fucking different. I cannot stand them. I don't like working with them. I don't like dealing with them. I don't like it at all. The whole fucking state is trash. You could throw it all away. Like I cannot.
He said, no, don't throw it away.
Wait, are you in New York, Zen?
He's in New Jersey.
I'm in New Jersey. I worked in New York, but I can say yes, the 5 boroughs, you could separate them because they're a different breed.
They are.
These properties are in Brooklyn,
But the rest of the state is actually really nice.
Okay, the 5 boroughs.
Okay, well, the boroughs, you can have them.
Yes, the boroughs, you can put them, I'll visit. I don't want to live there, but I'll visit.
What is Staten Island? Does that belong to us?
Is
that like a borough?
I don't think New York wants Staten Island. New Jersey don't want them either. That's why it's an island.
I think I've been there twice.
It is terrible. They are so rude. They're just like abrasive and like.
Abrasive is a good word.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah. And you are right. I was talking about this with my girlfriend while we were traveling. There are certain things that are cultural, like the West Indian. I'm not trying to offend you people from the islands, but I'm just saying there is no filter, and so sometimes we get offended. But some things are cultural. Like West Indian people are good for telling you the truth. Like, oh, you look fat or you're bald headed or some shit that might hurt your feelings. But they don't really mean it to hurt your feelings. It's just a cultural thing. So you're right. Some things are culturally appropriated. I get that. But the motherfuckers at my job are rude. They just don't. What the fuck? And if AG was on here, we both work at the same company. And you know me, Zen. I talk to everybody. Mm-hmm. I'm very friendly at work. I jump around at work. I'm like a colonel. You put some heat on me, I'm popping. Pick pop, pop. I'm popping all over the place. Okay? I'm like a fucking colonel. Okay. So I'm very, very friendly at work. So when people don't speak to me, I'll be like, what? I said good morning. The fuck? But it is what it is. But I love that you guys are loving up on each other. So next question. Right. So, okay, we find none of the guys on here, by the way, have answered my question. right?
Wait, I gotta go. I'm gonna listen. I gotta get ready for
All right,
doctor's
go ahead.
appointment.
None
Love
of the
y'all.
guys
Talk to you
on here
later.
love you too.
Bye.
None of the guys on here answered the question I asked. Zenon, you have already answered pretty much. Do guys tell each other they love each other? I love you, man. Nobody said that they tell their male friends, I love you. And then that's one. And two, when we're in relationships, right, with new people, and you start to have feelings, why does that I love you feel heavier than telling your friends you love them? Shouldn't it be the same? Oh, shouldn't it be the same? What are y'all thoughts? My phone is dying. Oh. And I say I love you. When I say I love you, it means that I treasure your heart. It means that I value you. It means that you being happy makes me happy. And it means that I would never, ever want to do anything to hurt you. That's what that means. Do y'all agree? No, my phone was dying, y'all, on IG. I'm plugging it in now. IG is cussing me out because my phone was dying. Come back, y'all. Come back. All right. So I am DeCinta says, when I say I love you, it means I treasure you. So why is it different when you say I love you to your friends over your significant other? Does it hold a different weight? Why are people afraid to say I love you when it comes to your significant other and you're dating? Protagonist says, I tell my friends I love you all the time. Okay, thank you. Not just your female friends, protagonist. I'm talking about male friends because I find that, based on this podcast, it was said on the podcast that due to homophobia, a lot of men do not express this level of feeling to their male friends because some people feel that it's attached to homophobia, right? I love you, man, and hugging your friend. Like y'all leaving from the club late at night. Y'all been drinking, y'all been doing whatever, you going your separate ways. Do y'all often say, get home safe, I love you, man, and hug each other before y'all part? Or is that a taboo? I know, Von Ray, I saw the troll. They be trying to come on here and show us their ass. I blocked them. Yoga Girl Side said, I think one has to be healed at a certain level to say, I love you. And not to be that moved by the response. At the same time, the people who I love can say those words back to me. Okay, so I think one has to be healed at a certain level to say, I love you. Okay, I guess. True, right? Cheryl Lee said, I just started watching it after you recommended it. It's hilarious. I love it. Oh, Wednesday. Are you watching Wednesday, Rich?
No,
Oh my God, you would love it. It's dark comedy. You like the Addams Family?
I seen the previews. I want to watch it. But I haven't yet.
It's so fucking hilarious. I love her.
Yeah, I've heard a lot of good things about her. I saw an interview with Christina Ricci before it actually was released, and she was talking about the actress that plays her.
Yes.
And saying how amazing she's doing. And she says, I think it's really cool that, I'm kind of coming back to the same world, but not as that role. But I'm connecting with her. And she said it's something about child actresses or actors that they speak a common language. And she said because of that, she was able to this young woman who's playing Wednesday, was talking to Christine and asking her things about the character, but she's putting her own spin on it. And she's just like, that's just amazing. But she felt comfortable enough to ask me, do I do this or do I do that or whatever? And she said it was pretty amazing. So
I need Johnny Leon Hill to talk about this from an acting perspective. I mean, to me, I'm not an actor / actress. I don't know the depths behind what they got to go through to prepare for roles like this, but she is so fucking amazing. Like I was hungry for more just because of her character. The way she maintains in character was just awesome. I mean, if y'all watch the Addams Family, it's hard to remain in character and be one of them motherfuckers because they crazy. Okay. Cheryl Lee said, Oh, well, Amazon said, I find that I love you are words that are thrown around way too much in a selfish manner. Talk about that, Amazon. So, what does that mean to you? When you say I love you are words that are thrown around way too much in a selfish manner, what does that mean? Because that's different than anybody else's response so far on here. What does it mean? Because now we're saying if you say it too much, it's thrown around loosely in a selfish manner. Where's the selfishness in that? Give me an example. Amazon said, unless I mean it, it won't be said. Understood. Cheryl Lee said the energy behind the words will be felt no matter how you say I love you. The person you are saying it to will know and have felt it. Now, this goes back to protagonist saying he has said I love you and people have responded love you back without the I, and it changes things for him. Rich and others on here said it doesn't change the impact of the feeling for them, right? And Cheryl Lee is basically saying the same thing. It's the energy behind the words. It's knowing the person that's saying it to you, right? And the actions that they also follow up with throughout the life of your relationship. So for example, I have a habit of saying love you or love, right? I don't necessarily go I love you, right? Because I know for me that it's something that I'm working on. The words I love you, for whatever reason, it's hard for me. So when
Totally
people say
makes
I
sense.
love you, you know, it means a lot to me. Like it's like everything to me, right? And so when I say it, sometimes I struggle with the whole phrase, but I'll be like, love you too, something like that. But my actions and my presence in your life is going to back up the love, or love you, even though I didn't say I love you. So it's not just about the words, it's also about the actions and how these people play out in your life. Right? Let's not get hung up on the words. We gotta marry the two together, because plenty of motherfuckers around here walk around talking about I love you, and then they treat you like shit. Okay?
Right.
Actions and words. Happy Monday, Jim Bratz. All right. Pat said, do not even try it. New York folk get a bad rap. It's people from other places who move to New York that are rude. Listen,
I
I'm
mean,
just saying, they don't talk at my job. Because if AG was on here, he would testify. If he's on, he's probably testifying. He's probably testifying somewhere. Oh, they can't hear.
Who can't hear? IG?
Yeah. Because my phone was dying, and my phone was dying, and then when I connected it, IG is funny. That's why I don't clip IG into my podcast, because any little thing bloops up, messes up IG. So I don't play with it. Protagonist said, I tell my niggas I love them all the time. I know I read it. Protagonist also says, I stay with the baddest biddies. I am 100% comfy in my masculinity. Okay. And I mean, and you should be, right? And that's the thing. It's not about being masculine or feminine, the words I love you, right? And this is what I'm trying to get to, fellas, right? Just saying I love you does not play on your masculinity. It doesn't. Right? You tell your male friends I love you. You tell your kids I love you. You tell your mama I love you. This has nothing to do with your fucking sexuality, right? And so on the podcast, they talked about this, how men are so afraid to show emotion to particularly their male friends, their male counterparts. And then some of them raise their boys to be like, toughen up, blah, 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 blah. And then their boys grow up not understanding that the word I love you is really just harmless. It's a feeling. It's an emotion. It's, how we should be navigating through life, loving each other, right? It's not a taboo. It really isn't. It has nothing to do with your peen. The fuck? It really doesn't. Okay. Yoga Girl Side said, people have to be healed because saying I love you can be vulnerable. If one isn't healed, that's not a risk that some will take. So how do you avoid someone telling you you're not healed and you're in a vulnerable space? How can you control other people loving you and saying it? Right? I am a New Yorker, Pat, but I'm a friendly New Yorker.
Are you?
Am I? Am I? I guess. I mean, I need other people to tell me if I think I could be bitchy. Let's not get it twisted. But I start out friendly until you push my bitch
You
button.
will be a little funky if someone approaches you the wrong
Well,
way.
yeah, what I say? I said I can't be bitchy, but you got to push the bitch button. I come out like colonels at first, but if you push the bitch button, okay, okay. Pat know where I'm from. She grew up with my mother. She know I'm from New York. Listen, I'm nice. Amazon said the fact that they've told boys over the years that they're not supposed to express themselves that way. Right. So for all of those out there that are raising your kids, God, please help us.
Yes, please don't tell your kids that something is girly or something is a boy. Don't assign gender to things. It doesn't make any sense. Also, colors don't have a gender either.
Please let them know.
Can we just say this, please? That
Say it.
because a boy wears pink does not mean that he's effeminate or going to be gay or whatever. He might just like the color. It's a color. It does not have a gender.
Toys. Talk about the toys. It's Christmas time. If your son want a doll, what you gonna do? The fuck? It's a god daggone toy.
Listen, men play with dolls too. Usually they just fuck them.
I mean, I didn't understand that growing up, and I was very mean. And I apologize to this young boy. I don't remember his damn name. It was my mother's friend, and I remember her because she had that eczema thing on her neck. That's what I remember, but I don't remember her name. And her son used to steal all my dolls, and I used to be like, "Oh my God, he's gay! He takes all my dolls." And my mother and her friend had an argument over it. And one time I ended up over their house, and my dolls was on his bed naked. So I was like, my dolls are on his bed naked. Is he combing their hair? Is he humping them? Like I'm completely confused. What he was doing with my dolls, I don't know. And it could be because he likes dolls, and maybe his parents didn't want to buy him any, so he was stealing mine.
Okay.
We don't know. Stop assigning gender. Hey, baby girl.
Hey, guys.
Hey.
I wanted to, because I had something really profound to say, and then by the time I got connected backstage, baby dolls. So
go ahead, we jump around.
I lost thought. I just want to say that kind of piggybacking on what y'all were saying, we live in such an over-sexualized and violent society that something as simple as love has been sexualized. And so, and also like what was said, raise their sons or boys are raised to be so tough and all this other stuff, that a more like primal, very early on emotion of love is something, all these conditions to it, especially as far as men are concerned. One of the things I watch, like gangster movies and mobster movies, is that you would see the men that was a part of their culture, and that when they showed respect to like the Godfather, they would kiss his.
Yep.
And it's like,
yep.
Like, so in some cultures where it hasn't been completely
Africans like they kiss.
Yes. And you know what? I was in middle school and I was over my friend's house. She's Puerto Rican or Brazilian. I'm not sure. Kiss each other. And when I sat and I said, "Is everybody gonna kiss each other on the cheek?" I said, "I'm gonna sit back and watch and see what everybody kissed everybody on the cheek." And I was like, and I found that sorry guys, but yeah, love shouldn't be like this gentralized violent like thing. I think that's crazy.
Well, it goes to show you that a lot of people are healing. Like Cheryl said, people who have been through trauma, problems of being betrayed or hurt, feel afraid to show or receive love. Because we didn't even talk about that, right? Because we're talking about people that say it, and we're talking about people that hear it and how uncomfortable it makes them feel. And what Cheryl is saying, that, if you've been betrayed or you have some trauma, and you become, you put yourself in this space where you're afraid to show love
Yep.
or even receive it. It's like you go into this
Yep.
protective mode, like you're protecting yourself from being hurt. But when we do that, we're also barricading ourselves away from being loved.
Yep. Yep. And in as much barricade people like breath of life, because love is a part of that.
Yeah.
We love things when we're little, love and stuff when we're little. We're taught to have this like don't say love type stuff.
Yeah. Yep. That's true. That's true. So we got to do better. That's the bottom line. Protagonists said Haitians have to kiss each cheek. I used to hate it. Cultural, right?
Yeah.
There are some cultures where they kiss each other, men, women, the kids, whatever the case may be. But I don't know, like, some people, they get so, and based on what Cheryl Lee said, the trauma, how we grew up, the things we're accustomed to hearing. And we as adults, something I've read, there was a meme out there that says, a lot of us have childhood traumas, but, we never thought that we as adults would have to show up and heal these traumas ourselves, right? And so we as adults, right, that have grown up with childhood traumas, and a lot, you'll hear a lot of adults run around and go, I don't say I love you, or I don't except I love you because my parents damaged me. You got to get to a point in your life, right, where it's no longer your parents' responsibility for how you're feeling and how you're navigating through life,
Right.
You have to understand where you are falling short, right? And where you are a detriment to your own happiness and to your own progress in life. And you have to work on that healing. There are so many fucking people walking around going, oh, because of my parents and because of them. And I'll be like, what? Like, at what point do you look at yourself as an adult and be like, I'm fucked up and I need to heal. I need to work on these things about myself and stop blaming your parents, right?
Pastor Robin. Pass the collection plate, y'all.
Yes, Cash App time. No, I'm just kidding. But, but for real, y'all, this is the thing. And so I've never been one to blame my parents for how I behave. I knew that early on that I was going to have some work to do. I didn't know that I was damaged. I just knew that I was having complications in life. But when I got to the point where I was like, damn, there's some things I need to work on. Not once did I blame my parents, because at that point I've learned that shit, they probably needed to recognize they had some shit to work on too. Fuck, they just missed the boat on that, right? But I'm not going to miss the boat. My thumb is out and I'm catching a ride. I'm going to get on this boat and do what I need to do.
That's a part of the generational healing, especially in Black communities, where you have why they had traumas, and so it's like you grown as hell. How like people got to get past that, like, for real. Yeah. I think like having a conversation about trying to understand better without judging your parents. I think that could be helpful for some people, but like it's also ironic when people are fucked up parents to their own kids and they man them up. It's like, but you're doing the same thing. So it's like everybody should like take a step back and for themselves, but also their parents who did the best they could with, I had bumps in the road with my parents, but for the most part, I had great relations. He's an ancestor. My dad is deceased. My mom and I, we have a good relationship, and I mean, people are human beings. You know what I'm saying? So like, give everybody a break. But I do want to, when you said trauma, I grinned. Not that I was laughing, but sometimes, just like a New Yorker, Robin, you threw an R in there, and you sometimes say traumas, and you say trauma, and I thought it was funny. So when you saw me laugh, it wasn't because it's because Robin said traumas, and
traumas.
And
it's a very New York thing to do.
It's a very New York thing to just be
it's a Bronx, Brooklyn thing, actually.
Yeah.
It's not.
It's a cultural thing.
It's not Staten Island. It's not Manhattan.
No,
it's
nothing is Staten Island. I don't know what they do.
They say pizza, trauma. They don't put the R in drawer. They say draw.
Okay. Listen,
like draws instead of like put your drawers on.
No, well that too, right? But it's like the drawer that you would open.
Yeah.
that you
Oh, the
keep your
drawers.
pens and silverware in, it's a drawer.
It's a draw.
It's a
It's a
drawer.
dresser
It's not a
drawer.
drawer.
It's a draw.
It's
Okay.
a drawer, exactly. Yeah, so they take the R's out of certain words and
Okay.
put them in other ones.
Wow. All
And they
right.
just throw 'em
Well,
around.
thank you for that lesson.
And
Thank you
Robin,
for that lesson.
you are nice, Robin. I want
I
you
am
to
nice.
answer your question. You are very friendly
Now
and
she's
all of that.
I'm always nice
She's
and friendly,
true.
but I do have a bitchy side. I do. I the
Listen,
fuck.
we
You
ain't
gotta press that
supposed to be
button.
nice. We ain't supposed to be nice all the time. I'm not ain't nice all the time. Sometimes we gotta let somebody know you ain't the one.
I
Now,
know.
since minute one, since second one that I met this woman, and she's always been delightful.
Yeah.
I mean, she's got her moments, but
Yes, I do.
but she's always friendly. She's always nice, and she's very sincere about it.
Yes, I am very sincere.
Even her moments are not like venomous or like they're just. I mean, I haven't been around Robin in a minute, and I haven't seen Robin like lose it or whatever. Even
You saw
and
me
I'm thinking
lose
about
when
that.
that bitch tried to suck my man's peen. The
Well, I was
fuck?
gonna
You
phrase
saw me lose it
it a little
then.
differently. I was gonna phrase it a little different, but what I was gonna say is even then it was for a real reason. It wasn't for some shit that was made up. Trying to
Right.
get on somebody's
Yeah.
man, like, you know what I'm saying? You better watch out for the wife, for the woman, the girlfriend, fine. We, you know what I'm
Right.
saying? So
I'm just saying.
it is right.
I'm trying to suck my man's dick. Then you're gonna get a different me. Yeah, that's me.
Damn.
I'm just saying.
Better step off.
You know, this is why I gotta try to keep my man a secret now, because bitches be trying to come out and swallow goggle eggplants. Like he not yours. I'm just
Damn.
saying. I'm just saying.
Damn.
You know. But anyway, IG is back. A friend of New York. I love it. Hey guys, y'all are back. But anyway, it is 9:32 and I gotta go back to work. But I just want to say today is day one. I'm stressing y'all. But I just want to say this, y'all. Please make sure you go to the link in my bio, right? December 11th, Zen, I need some time with you to go over Discord to refresh my memory a little bit, because we are having a book reading December 11th, right? We didn't solidify the time, right? I put 4 o'clock on some of the stuff, but I want to go in and figure out I went in and I couldn't figure out how to set up an event. To send out notices on the event, but we're going to have the reading on Discord. So please make sure you go to the link in my bio and you are pressing the Discord link and you are attaching yourself to the server, right? As you come in, we will be saying, hey, welcome, hey, welcome. There is, I believe when we go live for Reading with Friends, it's not going to be under the Reading with Friends chat, right? It's going to be under the voice.
The voice channel,
It's going to be under the voice channel. So when
I can create another voice channel specifically for Reading with Friends.
Okay.
So it's obvious.
Perfect. So there'll be a voice channel in the list that's going to be on your left side of Discord that's going to have all the chat channels. That means you can go into any of the chat channels. If you feel like having a conversation about Reading with Friends, you can go in there and chat and somebody will come in and chat with you. If you're just having a general conversation, you go into the general chat and you say, hey guys, I need help. I'm having a bad day. I'm overeating. I'm sleeping all day. I have a headache. I'm not feeling good. I'm feeling lonely. You can go in there. One of us will jump on, right? This is something that's then nicely put together for Coffee with Friends so that when we are not available in the morning and I'm not here and there's something you want to discuss or a topic that you want to bring to the table, you go right into Discord, download the app to your phone, and just go in there and go, there's a channel that says topics, recommended topics or something like that. You can go in there and you can say, this is a topic that I want to talk about. Here's some topics that I want to talk about, and we all can see them. All right. And so December 11th, we will be doing the reading, not on YouTube, not on IG, not on Facebook. We will be doing the reading on Discord because Discord allows all of us to jump on the screen and have the conversation like Zoom. But the conversation is going to be available. That channel, that chat server will be available 24/7. Okay, I went in there on my trip, motherfuckers was in there talking. I go in there every now and again, motherfuckers are talking. I'm like, I love it because people just jump in and go, hey, this is on my mind. This is what I'm working through. And somebody will come in and go, hey, I'm here. You need an ear to listen? We here. This is what we do. We are working on coming together as a community, helping each other unpack stuff, grow, learn from our own mistakes, help each other learn, right? We are growing, all right? And so this is what this platform is about, and I appreciate you guys that support it. So make sure you go to the link in my bio and you are following us on Discord, y'all.
And just a thing about Discord,
Yeah.
just so everybody knows. So there are several channels. It'll be like a hashtag and whatever it's called. So they're called channels. I did create 2 new ones this morning.
Okay.
One is for book suggestions, so things that are mentioned.
Did you put the David Allen book in there?
I put the David Allen book in there. So anything that's mentioned during the show, go in, put it in there so that people know what they can reference it at any time. I also put the one for TV shows.
Good.
For like Wednesday, right?
Yep.
For instance. So
I love it.
If you want to suggest what people should watch or stream or what have you, then you have that as well. Cheryl did actually write in Discord in the welcome section, but she says, I started watching it while visiting here in Houston with my 11-year-old granddaughter. I'm loving it. My granddaughter had been watching it already, so it's been fun hearing her perspective too. She said, Grandma, how do you know about Wednesday? You don't even watch TV. I told her it was recommended by my CWF family, and she said, wow, Grandma, they giving you life.
Yes, I love it.
Season where she's fitting into her new school. So that's awesome.
I love it. See what I mean? This is you guys going on to Discord, sharing your daily activities. And I love that, right? And so Yoga Girl Sai, I have you on the mat for 1 or 2 things, right? And I know that your schedule is very, very busy, right? But you still owe me. Not really owe me, but a fit friends challenge, right? We got through our first fit friends challenge, and I just wanted the first challenge to be a just move and hydrate challenge to get people moving, and hopefully people are still doing that, right? Because just because the challenge is over, guys, don't mean that y'all need to stop moving and drinking, right? We still going, all right? But I want to inject some yoga. Right. And I don't know how to do that. So I'm going to leave that to Yoga Girl Sai to put something together and to come on and talk about some of the things that we can inject from a yoga perspective for beginners, because we don't know the levels of where people are. Like I do yoga and it's important. Like I ride my bike 6 days a week. But let me tell you something. I still do yoga. I try to inject yoga. I need to be better 1 or 2 times a week. I need to do a little bit more, right, to stretch my limbs because my ass be on fire. I'm sore. And after I do yoga, I'm telling you, I feel so much better mentally and physically. So I want to inject that into there. I also, number 2 on Yoga Girl Side, meditation. I need you to come on here and talk about meditation for men and how you are helping men focus on meditation, and how is that helping? Because I know that that's been something that you've been doing, right? We have a lot of guys out here that are going through some things, right? And they need to sit the fuck down and learn how to meditate. Me, I can't get past 12 minutes. I'm still trying to sit still that long. It's not easy to quiet your mind. So we want to talk about that as well. So whenever you have some time, let me know when you can do those things. And then thirdly, African spirituality. I know that you're in that deep. I see that you are out and about in that community, and so I'd like for you to bring some of that here as well, right? Because I think a lot of us were raised under Christian realm, European teachings and things of that nature. And some of us need to understand all other cultures, our culture, other cultures just in general. And I know that that's one of the things that you study and that you're deep into. So I'd like to bring that here as well. So that's 3 things that I want Yoga Girl Side to share with us. And so when we have those discussions will probably happen on Discord as well. We have a hashtag Fit Friends up there. We have general conversations up there. And anytime we have a focused discussion, with video, we'll do it under the voice channel. All right. So we really want to make this a platform that's constantly evolving, that's constantly focused on learning and teaching each other and supporting one another, right? Mentally and physically. That's what we want to do. Right. And with that, y'all, that's all the fuck I have. Anybody else got anything that they want to say before I go? Because I got to go to work today. Oh my God.
Couple things. Definitely circle back with you on that, and I can do all of that And thank you for including African spirituality. Sometimes it's I appreciate that you put that in there. And the second thing is, I love it how you this high place and really kind of give us all what we need, what our soul, anything the fuck to say, and how you put fuck in there and just slide it in there, and it's just so smooth. And I love
I'm just saying. Thank you, but I
that.
really have to thank Zen big time because I'm telling you, I be on here begging for producers and shit to come and help me for free, and to putting together Discord really, is a big deal for me, Zen. It really is, and I really really appreciate you because you have no idea. If I showed you my inboxes, I can't keep up. Like people send me so many topic suggestions, so much stuff in my inboxes, right? And
Yeah.
I'm like, oh my God, I feel like I can't keep up. But having Discord, if people just go in there, then it's all of ours. Because I always say this show is not just mine, it's all of ours. Anybody can see what's going in Discord, and you guys can chime in on it and have a discussion about these things, even when I'm not available. And I love it. Okay. This is truly our Coffee with Friends helpline. 24/7 access.
Coffee
So if
with
you wake up at 3
friends, how can I
o'clock in the morning, if you wake up at 3 o'clock in the morning and you can't sleep, just jump on Discord and be like, I can't the fuck sleep. I
Yeah,
got this
somebody
on
else
my
might be up. Somebody else joined last night. I said hello or welcome into them.
Okay.
Yeah.
You never know when people are up. Okay. Somebody is always there. It's like a 24/7 cry for help. But I want to say thank you so much, Yoga Girl Side. Thank you, IG. I know we abandoned y'all. But I didn't mean to. That's why I
Rude.
tell people to join YouTube because when people come on the screen, IG gets left out. But they can see y'all, but they're not really a part of the conversation. So you guys need to go to the link in my bio and get on YouTube. I'm telling you. All right, so that
Yeah,
you're
get on
always
YouTube.
included. Just get on YouTube. All right, that's it. And that's the fuck
It's
off.
better here.
It is better here. Okay, y'all are on an island by yourselves in IG. Right,
It's where
even
the cool.
I like
Facebook is injected here.
I love the IG family.
Yeah, me too. I love them, but they don't fucking get on YouTube. Well, Protagonist jumps back and forth. Amazon jumps back and forth. There's a couple of people who jump back and forth, but mainly y'all know y'all can find me on YouTube, right? That's the safest bet for y'all, and Discord. All right. And with that, y'all, I want to say I thank you, Yoga Girl Sai, and I thank you, Zen, as always, jumping on and contributing to the show. I appreciate your input. Cheryl Lee said, at some point, we have to do the work if you want to heal your future generations. It may be doing the healing for ancestors. It didn't start with you. Yes, bring up
That's
the book.
right.
It didn't start
That's
with
right.
you. This is the book we are reading, and y'all are going to kill me, but I'm still in chapter 4. I'm on my way to chapter 5. I hope that I can finish and get up to chapter 5 by December 11th. But we are going to be reviewing chapters 1 through 5, okay, on December 11th. Right now, I have a time of 4 o'clock. I will go into Discord and see if you guys want to do it later or earlier. But right now I have 4 o'clock on December 11th. If that's too early, I can move it down or I can move it up, right? You guys let me know. All right. And I'll bring this up again tomorrow. But with that, thank you guys. Thank you, Sai. I appreciate it. I'm going to play the song to leave y'all out on because, I always say no matter how low you feel,
You can still go.
even when you feel slow, you can still go. Come on.
Even when there's no hope, you can still go. I never
This is Coffee with Friends, and I am Raw to the Bone, and I'm out, y'all. Gone for now, but never gone forever. Peace. Hey, get this message on your way out.
Go. Hustle hard, hustle every single day. I'll be making moves till I'm buried in my grave. To the system, I don't wanna be a slave. I've been doing shit my way, or the highway. And in the driveway is a nice range. Cause I grind through the climb, I invite pain. You never hear me, bitch, nah, I don't complain. Just gotta flip the switch and you can go and obtain anything you want, anything you need. Your mind's got the key ingredient, it's belief. Better see with the negativity, but I just slide right by that energy. Even when you feel low, you can still go. Even when you feel slow, you can still go. Even when there's no hope, you can still go. I never answer to no, man, I still go. Go, 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 go.